Let's begin indeed. Hello people, so Jerry speaking. TheCrazyBunch's web show episode number 132. Today we're doing not one, not two, but 8 dev topics today, and we got a news report I had in mind from the con this past weekend. So let's do it right now, shall we? So we got 4 eyes. The names are Alice and Ellen Kessler. These are the crazy Kessler twins. Were German twin sisters. Were singers, dancers, and actresses. Were popular in Europe, especially Germany and Italy, during the 1950s and 60s. The Kessler sisters enjoyed a similar degree of popularity in the United States, as well as making American television debut on CBS variety show The Red Skeleton Hour. Appeared in national television programs such as The Ed Sullivan Show. They also appeared in the 1963 film Solemn and Drummer. As dancers were featured on the cover of Life magazine the same year. They were born in Nashville, Saxony. The parents, Paul and Elsa Kessler. The girls started ballet classes at the age of 6, and they were joining the lesbian opera, some of that. Charles Ballet program at the age of 11. In 1952, when the twins were 16, the parents were used a visitor's visa for the family to escape East Germany. Then they were reached Dusseldorf with that. Anyway, the sisters performed at Podium between 1955 and 1960. They performed in Paris. They met with American singer Elvis Presley. They were leaving the army on June 17, 1959. The twins presented West Germany in the Eurovision Song Contest in 1989, finishing 8th place with Alvin Warren or Joy. I pronounce this German's name. Sorry. Tonight we will go dancing. Wow. In 1962, the twins moved to Italy, where they gradually worked with their serious roles. They began very popular through the television variety show Studio Uno from 1961 to 1996. At the age of 40, they agreed to pose the cover of the Italian edition of Playboy. Wow. That issue became the fastest selling Italian Playboy that date. The Kessler twins moved back to Germany in 1986 and lived with the girlfriend nearby Barrios from that. They received awards from both the German and Italian governments for prominent German and Italian corporations from that, for the work in the show business. Twins died together by assassination suicide. You go on November 17th, 2020, which is today. They were 89 years old. The next topic has to do with Hilly Michaels. Born that name, she was an American musician. It was a he, yeah. He was an American musician for that. Who was best known for playing drums with Sparks in the 1970s. Then New York-based session drummer. He performed in Sparks in 1976. Beat the beats from that. Big beats from it. Was produced by Robert Holmes. Michael was only a session drum musician who would go on the North American tour with Ron and Russell Mayles of Sparks. Michael released 2 solo albums in the early 1980s. Call Out Girls in 1980 and Rumor in 1981. He was born July 3rd, 1948 in New Haven, Connecticut. His first music experience came from playing the band called Joy, featuring a young Michael Bowen. Later, Michaels played with artists such as the Carberry Vanilla Band, Cherry Vanilla Band, for that, Peach and Lee, Sparks, Ellen Fenoy, the Hunter Watson Band, Dave Hartman, John Mellencamp, Marianne Faithfull, and Ronnie Ward. In 1979, Jake Hooker worked with Michaels to capture $1 million deal with Warner Brothers and a music video promote Call Out Girls in 1980 with Roy Thomas Baker as producer. He also had a relationship with Marianne Faithfull during the mid-1980s. They lived together in New York City. Michael's songs can be heard in the movies Katie Stack and Die Laughing. In the movie Roller Coaster, he appeared with Sparks, performing the songs Big Boy and Fill Up. He later worked as a producer and manager of the marketing and development. He was in Connecticut. He died this month. He was 77 years old. The next step, Tom has to have Rachel Cook. Born that name, she was a British journalist and writer. She probably wrote the Guardian service on that. In 2014, she released her first book, her pretty career, a story woman of the 50s. She was born in Southern England on July 7, 1969. And was the daughter of the university lecturer and the voluntary biology teacher. She went to school in Java, Israel, until she was 11 years old, for return to Suffolk, England, when she was attending Topham School, then studying at Oxford University. Cook began her career as a reporter with Sunday Times. She also worked for the New Statesman, where she was an intelligent critic, and was a writer for the Observer newspaper. In the Lost Booker Prize in 1970, announced in March 2010, Cook was one of the 3 judges. For 2010 onwards, she reviewed graphic novels for the Guardian's Graphic Novel of the Month. Her first book, A Brilliant Career, Italian Extraordinary Woman of the 50s, was published in 2013. Catherine Whitehorn wrote in the summer that this excellent book should go more towards setting the record straight about women's increasing experience of having professional careers rather than being confined to the life of a housewife, because cows in the 1950s commonly assumed. Amanda Craig wrote in the Independent that Cook's writing that does not divide deep, but its equivalent components have announced it fair-minded, witty, and intelligence. Her words goes like this. 2006, Cook was named Interviewer of the Year at the British Press Awards and Featured Writer of the Year at What the Paper Says Awards. In 2010, she was named the Writer of the Year at PPA Awards for interviews in the book Swire. She was married to film critic and novelist Emily Quinn and lived in Emerson, London. She died of cancer on November 14th, 2025, 3 days ago. She was 56 years old. The next step, Thomas was Daniel McGrath, born Daniel Anthony McGrath, from that. He was an American television writer, educator, and stage director. He was best known for probably his work as a writer, producer of several television series including The Simpsons, Saturday Night Live, King of the Hill, Gravity Falls, and Mission Hill. Wow. He was nominated for the Emmy for his work with Saturday Night Live, and later won an Emmy for his work on The Simpsons. Wow. He was nominated for the Writer's Gold Award for the King of the Hill episode, Life of Loser's Manual. He was born July 20th, 1954, raised in Brooklyn, New York, son of Gerald McGrath, a machinist and electrician, and Aaron McGrath, a homemaker. He was Irish, Australian, and Scottish descent. He attended Regis High School at Harvard University, where he studied Chinese and Japanese history and politics. He failed his Japanese language courses, but he was active as a writer, educator, and cartoonist for Harvard School at Booth, where he was twice elected as vice president and alumni graduate honors. At Harvard, he was a public stage director, something like that. Excuse me. He directed Richard III in the Dining Hall, using only his tables and chairs as a set. He was once covered the entire wall main stage. The dirt with Richard's short leg. Wow, okay. While Harvard, McGrath also designed computer games at MIT and co-founded, along with Bill Raj, Ethan Waltham, A. Bryan, and Dean Norris, the notorious avant-garde theater comedy The Choir Group, which later became the Cornerstone Theater Company. He worked in hospitals, public clients, and emergency rooms for a number of years, and then moved to Hollywood. Wow. His television career began with this. McGrath started his television career with a writer at Saturday Night Live, where he was a collaborator with Adam Sandler and Chris Farley. He then joined the writing staff of Simpsons, comedy pieces like The Devil and Homer Simpson episode, and Time and Punishment, both co-written with Greg Daniels and Parker Darkness. He also received credit as story editor for 50 Simpsons episodes, released from 1992 to 1994. Flo's producer for credits for 24 episodes released between 1996 until 1998. Entertainment Weekly called the Time and Punishment segment one of the most beautifully random moments in the Simpsons history. The AB Club, Comic Graph, Boy Scouts, and the Hood episode pretty much comic gold start to finish. It's utterly fantastic. It said for one of the greatest, most true-to-life expressions of Barner drug binge in television history. They also said Buck McGrath's episode Bar of Darkness is a hilarious episode that represents a Simpsons go to Bart as Hellraiser and mines much of his humor, the carousel of childhood. After getting fired twice from The Simpsons, he went to work with the Mission Hill, where he wrote some of that American Game Head for Outer Space. He also wrote on Gravity Falls, The PJs, which, by the way, I'm not a huge fan of that, by the way. Let me see. It's not a preschool show. Good. Anyway. New Year's Day and the Skin to Hell. Anyways, because I have episodes like Full Metal Dust Jacket and Man Who Knew Too Much. David Club's called Man Who Could Know Too Much episode Terrifying, Silly, and Hypnotized. His teaching career began with this. He later taught a course in comedy and cultural theory in the Center for Fiction in Brooklyn. His personal life and death. He died in hospital in Brooklyn, New York on November 14th, 2025 during a stroke. Dan McGrath was 61 years old. My next top episode of Jim Albia. Born James Albia, better known as James Joseph Simon. He's best known for American television journalist who worked with the Senior Law and Justice correspondent for ABC News. He was born James Joseph Simon in Los Angeles on July 26, 1955. James and Ebony Albia Simon. Okay? Grew up in the Chicago suburb of Auburn, Illinois. Okay? Where he graduated from Auburn East High School. Okay? His father also worked in broadcasting. As host and talk radio. Ebony used his father's maiden name during his career to pay tribute to his Mexican ancestry. Something like that. Before joining ABC in 2004, Ebony was a correspondent for ABC News. He first joined ABC's World News Saturday. From 1994 to 1996, Ebony was a everyday reporter for the local NBC station, KNBC Los Angeles, where he covered the murder trial of O.J. Simpson. The station won the 1995 Gold Mike Award and the 1996 Emmy Award for that trial coverage. He also retired from ABC News in 2021, later joined KGTV, ABC's San Diego affiliate, where he was a everyday reporter. He had 3 children. He had a kidney transplant in 2018. His brother Jamie was a donor. He died of a long illness at his home in San Diego, California on November 12, 2025. He was 70 years old. The next step, top of is to Guido Albino III, born Guido Valentine Albino III. He was an American musician, band leader who also led Glacial the Chronicles, the house band for Jimmy Kimmel Live, appeared on the show in his mission in 2003 until his death in 2025. He was beginning his career touring with Paul Abdul and Mark Anthony before joining the Late Night Show. He was born on August 23rd, 1906 in Las Vegas, Nevada, into Quail and Basho Jr. Abagio, some of that. His father, a musician who was also working with valet for entertainers such as Sammy Davis Jr., Tom Jones. Set aside his career to raise his son, but later appeared in his son's band on Jimmy Kimmel Live. But and his mother suggested Basho learn to play the saxophone under his father's instructions. Okay? Now, after high school, he attended the University of Nevada in Las Vegas, where he was performed with several jazz bands. He eventually pursued a degree in partial science, but took a semester off to become a full-time musician. He had known Jimmy Kimmel since he was around 12 years old, and Kimmel was 11. They first met in 1977, but Kimmel's family moved to Las Vegas, across the street in Basho. They both attended junior high school and there were friendship development. As children, the pair often stayed up late watching Late Night with Dave Letterman together. His career began with this, okay? Before joining Jimmy Kimmel on his late night show, eventually performed across Las Vegas in 1991. He toured with Paul Abel and supported her album Spellbound. Especially became a member of the Cecile, Neil, and Wild Clams. In 2003, while touring Mike Anthony, eventually was invited to join Kimmel on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Having previously worked with him on the Comedy Central series Band Show, Quest came for the time. Eventually happened commercially leaving music before receiving the offer. Eventually formed Closure to Clyde Tones and performed on Jimmy Kimmel Live for a session until his death. In 2003, he co-wrote the show's theme song with Kimmel's brother, Jonathan, and Les Prince. Something like that. Anyway. During this time on the show, eventually collaborated with musicians including Jimmy Carpenter of Late Night with Carol Bryant, something like that. And Paul Shaver, bear of Late Night with David Letterman. He also joined other late night television musicians involving for networks of paid musicians with appearance on YouTube. Personal life and death, okay? Eventually lived in Studio City with his wife Lori and their 2 children. He died at UCA Medical Center on Veterans Day. He was 59 years old, following several months of illness. Kimmel announced eventual death on social media, involving him in this evening's monologue. He announced in that night's show they would take 2 nights off to mourn. Eventually, the cause of death will receive a crucial shock. It turns caused by correlations for the liver transplant. The development and driver correlation and not cause the liver listed as correlation factors. The next step top has to do with Jeff Fox. Born that day, he was an American television broadcast meteorologist with 7 Emmy Awards and a career that industry span over more than 4 decades. Just started for 27 years. He worked with the television station WTNF in New Haven, Connecticut. When he started in 1984 with the senior weeknight meteorologist until 2011. Shortly after, Fox was hired by WTIC TV in Hartford, Connecticut, where he was a weeknight 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. meteorologist. Reporting science and technology stories with 4 p.m. newscast. There was a garden segment titled Jeff's Garden until November 2012. Fox held the broadcast CEO from the American Meteorological Society, something like that. Fox was born on July 26, 1950, New York State native, something like that. Graduated in Brooklyn Technical High School. Received a certificate in broadcasting meteorology, something like that. Mississippi State University. He was a member of the National Weather Association. His television career began with this, okay? In May 1984, Fox began his meteorology career with the television station WTNFH in New Haven, Connecticut. He was promoted to senior meteorologist. In 1995, he was born. In addition to his working at WTNF, when that he began hosting the program Inside Space on Sci-Fi Channel. That now is not Sci-Fi, but they call it Sci-Fi Channel. But anyway, in 2011, after 27 years at WTNH, Fox was told that his contract will not be renewed. He departed the station, and he was surprised to receive national media attention due to the role of the WTNH viewers in addition to his long career with the station. In April 2011, he was hired by Fox's affiliate WTIC TV, where he forecast the weeknight 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. weather segments, as well as science reports weeknights at 4 p.m. He was dismissed from the station after 19 months. What the station affiliated appropriate contact. Wow. At Fox CT, I thought I was doing the best work of my career, and how many people can stay deep in their career. he said. I didn't think that Pete yet. In January 2015, he joined NBC affiliate to KMIR TV in Palm Springs, where he served as an on-air weeknight meteorologist from early 2015 to December 2015. In summer 2017, the agreement was made between the management of WTNH TV and Fox for him to return briefly for the News 8 airways in a 7-week fill-in period. Forecast weeknight newscast from his home studio in California. At the end of the temporary employment period, Fox made it clear to WTNH TV management that the agreement was just for the summer. He was interested in the permanent full-time position. Management offered him the part-time position, but he declined. He made a statement that saying the offer wasn't a good fit, but that he was thankful for the opportunity to return to airways of WTNH TV, and to show his gratitude to all the support of reviewers throughout the years, as well as personal support for during this pandemic, pancreatic cancer. Wow. Now, later life and illness and death. Fox later decided to Southern California after moving to the East Coast in the early 2010s, and before retiring, his technology career has transported to becoming freelance and promoted. After receiving service as chief course meteorologist on air for Flight Commissions LLC, something like that. The production company News Channel Nebraska, in this case Columbus Watches for You, Nebraska for you, Bill. Also the independent meteorologist Newsfeed, Scripps News, and other independent television markets and side projects for his home built studio, whatever concern. Fox said this: "With set up in technology in my home studio, I would could do the weather for literally any place in the world and deliver it to with low lag that on-air channel with the news, angles, and seamless." In December 2025, Fox posted on VA social media that doctors have discovered cancer notables in multiple body parts. And due to the crisis that left him 2 weeks to stand. Wow. And Heavy told that previous rounds of treatment that had excelled in his body have offered the pathway in home hospital care once it became necessary. So he did not believe he can handle more aggressive treatment in his weakened state. Wow. He knows that he's been palliative care for several years. Prior to his discovery, he said that the decision to allow him to stay with that drug enough to avoid the worst. He gradually I can die at home. He died from pancreatic cancer on November 11th, 2025. He was 75 years old. The next step, Tom has to have, and my last step anyway, it has to have Sally Kirkland Jr. Wow. Okay. I not know. It was born that name. Anyway. She, never mind. She was best known as an American actress and producer. Wow. Okay, makes sense. At one time produced member of the A. Warhol's The Factory, okay? She was part of the 1960s New York Everett Grave Fear. She appeared in more than 250 film and television productions during a 6-year career. Wow. Okay. Career was the daughter of Sally Kirkland, fashion editor in Life and Voice. That was surprising, okay? Current gamer widespread criminal acclaim for his abominous performance as the former popular actress in the independent television comedy drama Anna from 1987, and which earned her the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in the Motion Picture Drama, and the nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actress. She also won the Independent Spirit Award for the Best Female Lead in the Los Angeles Film Critics Association Award for Best Actress for performance in the film. Kirkland was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress miniseries or television film for the horror film The Haunted in 1991. She's also best known for the world's Best in the Best 1989, JFK 1991, Bruce Almighty 2003. She was born in New York City on Halloween 1941 to Sally Nee Bimby, and an Oklahoma-born fashion designer and performed in Life magazines. And for medical career, Scrap Metals, Margaret Migration from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay, stands 5 feet 10 inches, 1.78 meters tall. Carmen began her career as a model. She will also work as a go-go dancer. The permanent launch in Los Angeles before studying acting. The actor's studio with Lee Starberg, Noah Patty. Normally, Robert De Niro dated one of her roommates. Carmen graduated from the American Academy of Drama and Arts in Los Angeles in 1961. Anyway, her career began with this. Carmen began acting off Broadway in 1963. She joined Eddie Warhol's The Factory and appeared nude, which is disgusting, I know. Retired in the chair for not 45 minutes and fit the 13 most beautiful woman. Wow. In 1964, John film. By the same year, she was normally involved in New York City's Abbott Grave moment. Okay. During that time, she was an active drug user. Independent suicide flying her into a pulpit in her life via yoga and pain. Okay. She returned to the film in 1968, appearing in Western Blue, and starred in the underground film Coming Apart in 1909. From 70s and mostly the 80s, Carmen was segregated roles in such films as Going Home in 1971, The Young Nurses in 1973, Way We Are in the same year, something like that, Staying also the same year, Big Bad Mama in 1971, 74, something like that, Crazy Mama in 1975, Braveheart Pass in the same year, Griffin and Phoenix, a love story in 1976 in the U.S., made for television movie, which is also released factory overseas. A Star is Born in the same year, 1976, and Private Benjamin, 1980. She also played a lead role in 1984 horror film Fatal Games. The television credits include guest starring roles on Hawaii Five-0, Police Story, The Flukies, Police Comedy, Kojak, Surrey Hutch, Corey's Angels, and Frozen Crease. 1987-1989. Commercial acclaim and award and success. Anyways, gotta scroll down. But yeah. In 1987, Carmen received widespread critical acclaim for a nominated performance with the former popular actress and independent comedy drama Anna. The Washington Post deemed her performance superb. Wow. The Los Angeles Times rated her as one of the best actresses in the decade. She also won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in Motion Picture Drama and the Independent Spirit Award for Best Female Lead. It was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress. Wow. And in 1989, she appeared as a sports drama Best of the Best. Wow. In the 1990s, Carmen also appeared, starred in the action comedy Bullseye in 1990, opposite Michael Caine, while later appeared in Muppet Christmas Carol as Scrooge. Anyways, playing supporting roles in Revenge in 1990, same year, JFK in 1991, Gunman in 1994, Sex Badge in 1997, and Ed TV in 1999, directed by Dwight Howard. Anyway, Carmen also co-starred in 1989-1990 genre films such as Peggy Black, Cold Feet, High Stake, and Two Evil Eyes. Anyways, as well as another star in 1992, rock thrillers In the Heat of Passion, Double Threat, which were successful home video releases. Wow. Her career started with a small screen during this time, including 3 roles in several made television film movies, and also appeared starred in syndicated soap opera Valley of the Dolls in 1994. In 1990, she also played Florrie Jones in the television adaptation of Steel by that. No, this one that. For performance in the television film The Heart in 1991, Carmen received a nomination for Golden Globe Award for Best Actress miniseries or television film. She's also guest starring in Roseanne, Mercy Road, and The Nanny. In 1989, she was recording role in Flashy Days of Our Lives. Wow. 2000 to 2005. Later career. In the 2000s, She played supporting roles in films such as Bruce and Molly in 2003, Adam Heat in 2005, and Big Stan 2007. She also hosts a weekly program in the syndicated Healthy Life Radio Network. In 2019, she also starred in the film CK Bella. And in 2020, she also lead role in Hope Through the Holidays on Amazon Prime Video with Robert Randazzo, Doug Hodgson, Alex Corbis, and George Saltzman there. Anyway, in 2024, Carlin stars herself in the independent comedy film Sollywood, a parody about a long-time fan of the actress who becomes her assistant and helps her in the quest to return the red carpet glory. Other works in activism. Anyway, Carlin is a health activist who works including advocacy for women and harm breast implants. She co-founded the Kirkland Institute for Implant Survival Syndrome in August 1998. She's a ordained minister of the Church of the Movement of Spiritual Inner Awareness. She's also a painter, known as an acting teacher for students include Sandra Bullock, Barbara Streisand, Liz Medali, Dwight Yoga, and Rosa Barr, among others. Her name is in death. Currently, Mary started with dementia, according to the fundraiser for medical care. She has suffered the fall in October 2025, which resulted in injuries from the ribs and foot. She died in hospital care on Palm Springs, California, the following month, Veterans Day. She was 84 years old. Now, let's do more besides regards to not one, but 8 depth topics right now. Thank you. Rest in peace, 8 people. Now let's go on to the one last one we can talk about. Now is, of course, the con. And that's from this past weekend. Now, I want to talk about this now, and I talked about this on social media, and then we're going to talk about it now. But anyway, my visit to Superstar Comic Con via Galaxy Comics and Size. I met with not only Tor Birch, but also seen here with me was Clint Howard in person. I also purchased a Funko Pop, which is a good thing. Which I posted it, by the way. I posted these photos on the video. See here, and it was all there. So that's all we're gonna talk about. But see here is this. The first one is that, and the next one I'm gonna show you is this exhibit hall. And here I am with Clint Howard and Galaxy Inc. Someone that we into the building. Exhibit hall, we exit the building. Here I am with Clint Howard again. That's it. And that wraps up for Crazy Bunch Web Show episode number. And that's all the news I'm going to talk about today. I'm sorry I haven't done any news today, but that's just me. Anyways, guys, that was the Crazy Bunch Web Show episode number 132. Stay tuned next one, babe. Hope you enjoy it. Stay next one, babe. 133. I promise you we're going to do it Sunday the 23rd to celebrate Thanksgiving and Black Friday shopping. But anyway, till next time, so join us, my baby. We're Crazy Bunch Web Show episodes from Susan out. See ya.